on either side of the field, as the players today must face their fear of failure. But for the fans, we have a festival forming in front of our eyes, as the ferocious and fierce will face one another to write a new chapter in a story which seems to be never ending. All the action will be live here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. Hope everyone's doing good here. It's great weather in Danville, Virginia, as the Averett Cougars host the Washington and Lee Generals. There's a lot to talk about, but let's start with the records. Averett have 4 wins, 4 draws, and 5 losses overall this year. In conference, they have 2 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses. And at home, they have 2 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. And Washington and Lee overall have 7 wins, 5 draws, and 2 losses. Whilst in conference play, they have 5 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw. Away from home this year, the Generals have 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. Averett will be looking to right their wrongs here at the Frank R. Campbell Stadium, as last time out they lost 3-2 at home against Randolph in homecoming weekend. So they will definitely have that motivation to right their wrongs. And Washington Lee are on a 5-game winless streak at the start of the season before going on a 9-game unbeaten streak up until this point. I mean, that's a great way to go into the business end of the season. Washington Lee seem to have that part of the game under control. They usually face a lot of great teams at the start, and then by the time they get into that ODAC regular season play, and especially that business end of the season, they have found their feet, they have found their rhythm. And this is a team that has a lot of quality, a lot of depth too. Last season, they won the ODAC tournament after coming second in the regular season behind Lynchburg. And in the national tournament, they advanced all the way to the semifinal. In the semifinal game, they lost against eventual runners-up Connecticut College. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here today for both teams as we're entering this business end of the season. These are 2 teams who have a lot to play for still, and there's not only for them that this result has something to say. I mean, on every spectrum, on every end of this table, this result, what happens here, could play a pivotal role in the domino effect and the butterfly effect of how this ODAC season turns out. We should expect a lot of cards today, as Washington Lee have 27 yellows this season, and Averett have 34. Only Shenandoah have more yellow cards than Averett this season. And out of the 4 teams with more than 30 yellows this season, only Averett is the team not to get a red card yet. So definitely a lot of things on the line. Washington Lee are looking to top the ODAC regular season. They're in a hunt for that top spot alongside Bridgewater, who are currently in play. There's a lot of games taking place in the ODAC today. Virginia Wesleyan and Bridgewater kicked off at 4 p.m. Washington Lee and Averett University will kick off at 6 p.m. Lynchburg and Roanoke will kick off at 7, and so will Shenandoah versus Randolph-Macon, Guilford versus Randolph, and Hampton-Sydney versus EMU. So Averett is the singular 6 p.m. kickoff game, whilst Virginia Wesleyan and Bridgewater were the only 4 p.m. kickoff game. And Virginia seems to be the melting pot for ODAC play today, as all the games are taking place in ODAC, it's always fun to see how, this game can bring people together. And, I mean, it's brought Virginia together as all the games are taking place there today. And that Bridgewater game will have a lot to say for Averett, as currently Virginia Wesleyan have gone up to a 3-1 lead versus Bridgewater, which means that it will be very difficult for Averett to catch Virginia Wesleyan, but also means that Washington and Lee have a chance, if they win this game, to create some space in their bid to get that first seed from the ODAC regular season, whilst Averett are looking to get a higher seed in the regular season too, going into the playoffs. Before this game kicks off, currently standing, Bridgewater and Washington Lee are tied first After games played, they have 16 points. Lynchburg follow them in third with 15, and close by is Hampton Sydney College with 14 points from 6 games as well. Virginia Wesleyan and Averett University follow them, and after that is Randolph College, Randolph-Macon College, EMU, Shenandoah, Roanoke, and Guilford. For Averett University and Randolph College especially, this might seem as a very unique opportunity to not only get into the playoffs, but get a good spot in the playoffs, as currently 3 of the teams that made the playoffs last year, EMU, Shenandoah, and Roanoke, are 3 of the bottom 4 teams in the ODAC league table, which is, it's not what we would expect. It's not what we predicted. These are 3 very capable teams who have hit a roadblock this year, but they certainly aren't playing poorly. It's very tight, as it's only 2 points between Shenandoah at 10th after 6 games played, who have 5 points, and Averett, who have 7. So not only will this result have a lot to say for Averett and their hopes to reach the playoffs, but also for the likes of Randolph College, Randolph-Macon, EMU, Shenandoah, and Roanoke. There's a little space between Shenandoah and Roanoke and Guilford. Shenandoah, EMU, and Randolph-Macon College have 5 points right underneath Randolph College with 6 points. But then Roanoke have 3 and Guilford have 1. So it's very tight all the way from Averett at 6th down to 10th, 11th. So all of these teams still have a lot to play for in this business end of the season. Before this game kicks off and national anthem takes place, let's mention the starting lineups. First, for Washington and Lee, in goal, number 1, Will Joseph. Number 2, Nick Apostolou. Number 10, Matthew Jenkins. Number 11, Buster Kuig. Number 12, Willie Hall. Number 15, Spencer Furman. Number 21, Ricardo Sanchez. Number 23, Isaac Airwood. Number 24, Caden Zion. Number 26, Chris Ordway. And number 31, Taha Kaba. And your Averett Cougars. In goal, number 1, Anibal Lopez. Number 2, Mario Gutierrez. Number 3, Alvaro Alvarez del Rio. Number 6, Daniel Sierra. Number 9, Fernando Pintos. Number 10, Diego Gifuni. Number 11, Hudson Bradley. Number 13, Merrick Hanscom. Number 16, Patrick Leslie. Number 27, Ignacio Aron. And number 30 today, Gavin Blanks. Soon the national anthem will play, and then we will be right back here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. All right, all right, all right. We're back here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College as the teams are finalizing their preparations, getting ready to kick this game off. There's just so much at stake in this game. It's so thrilling. It's so exciting to be able to be a part and to be able to broadcast this game for you guys today. As we've mentioned, Washington Lee trying to get that first place in the ODAC regular season table, and Averett trying to return to the playoffs for the first time since 2023 when they were able to clinch that eighth playoff spot on the final day of the season in 2023 with a 4-2 win against Roanoke. If you're superstitious, Averett were able to win 1-0 here this season in Danville, Virginia at Frank R. Campbell Stadium versus Roanoke. So if that's a good omen, if that's how you feel, well, then I guess the universe is with you. Joshua Garcia scored an absolutely cracking goal that game, which really helped Averett shoot up the table in that ODAC table. Right before we kick things off here, Bridgewater has reduced Virginia Wesleyan's lead in half, meaning that it's Virginia Wesleyan 3, Bridgewater 2, and it's only 5 minutes left of that game, meaning that if Bridgewater get a goal, that will do the world of good, not only for Washington Lee, but also for Averett, meaning that Averett might have their own fate in their own hands just because it's so tight. If Averett don't get a result here, that could mean that not everything is in their hands. Obviously, in this beautiful sport that we call soccer, things change so quickly, meaning that if Averett don't get something out of this game and the other opponents for those last playoff spots get something in theirs, then Averett could completely fall off. But I mean, Washington and Lee too, because it's so tight between those top 4 teams, it's not even guaranteed that Washington Lee could get those top 3-4 positions, and we've grown so accustomed to Washington Lee being in those places at the end of the regular season. We're getting ready to kick things off here at the Frank R. Campbell Stadium. And we're off. Washington Lee kick us off. They send it long in behind straight away. Delidio heads it out. He clears it out for a throw in deep inside the Averett half in favor of Washington and Lee. The Generals getting ready to throw it long, go deep, looking to throw and launch the ball into the box. Averett able to clear. Hudson Bradley offered a lot of time and space. Looking to send it down the line to Gavin Blanks. Blanks applying pressure. He applies pressure and he's able to intercept the pass, sending it out for a throw-in in favor of the Generals inside their own half. Hudson Bradley was able to find the ball after the clearance, and he was able to send it down the line. And since he's converted to a wing back this year from his normal winger role, this formation change has really helped him out. He's gotten so much play time, but he's also been a mainstay in the starting 11. He's provided a lot of pace, a lot of energy, a lot of stamina, but some end product too. He scored the equalizing goal against Bridgewater away, securing 1 point for Averett from that game after they were in a losing position. But he's also gotten a couple of assists this year. Gavin Blanks wins the ball high. Hamscombe has it. He still has it. He sends it to Aron. Aron under a lot of pressure. Wins the ball back. He commits the foul. Barely a couple minutes played in this game, but neither team has been able to control the game, set the tempo, and assert themselves as the dominant force in this game. Washington Lee have it in their own half. Averett looking to cut off passing lanes, trying to make life difficult for the Generals. Washington Lee enter the Averett half. Adon applying pressure. Washington Lee get past the first line of press that Averett has applied. The Generals getting closer and closer to the Cougar net. They send it wide. They're inside the box. A shot. It's saved. It's saved or hit the post, but all we know is that Averett escaped. And they sent it out for a corner in favor of the Generals. The Generals showing a lot of attacking intent, a great sequence of play. They build the ball. They build the attack from behind. And with 42 minutes left of the first half, Averett are noticing the pressure that the Generals are applying. It's a left-footed delivery on the right-hand side, meaning it's going to curve towards the goal. It's cleared. It's out for a throw-in. The Generals are looking to crowd around Lopez. Another long throw is set to be taken deep inside the Averett half. The Generals looking to launch the ball into the box. It's taken. It's headed. It's flicked on. Second post. It's cleared. And it's in. The ball bounced around like a game of pinball. Averett were able to escape momentarily, but then there was a Washington Lee player to poke it in, meaning that they have the advantage in this game. The game is barely kicked off. Averett haven't had much of the ball, but Washington Lee have gone 1-0 up, meaning that Averett have their backs against the wall. Averett were quick to go behind 2 last year, but they were able to snatch a draw after Daniel Sierra, who's playing center back today, number 6, scored a brace away from home last year against Washington Lee. Averett looking to control some possession whilst they have it. Washington Lee looking to make life difficult for the Cougars. Mario Gutierrez throws the ball into play, looking for Adon. The throw is intercepted. Washington Lee win it back. They draw the foul on around the 25-yard line. Another set-piece opportunity in favor of the Generals in a very dangerous position. A lot of players crowding the ball as they're deciding how they should approach this opportunity. 2 players remain around the ball, 1 left-footed, 1 right-footed. It's taken. It's bouncing around. Sierra is able to clear it. Blanks looking to apply pressure. Washington Lee aren't able to remain in control of possession, setting out for a throw-in in favor of the Cougars. Leslie has it in his hands, assessing his options. He sends it deep. He finds Blanks. Blanks looking to head it into the path of Pintos, but the ball is intercepted. Washington Lee send it back to their goalkeeper. Hamscombe trying to apply some pressure. A couple one-touch passes by Washington Lee means that they're able to remain control of the ball. Gifuni applies pressure. The ball bounces to Adon. Adon looking for Blanks. Averett aren't able to maintain any kind of possession as of right now. Washington Lee are having it their way. Washington Lee with a couple short passes as they advance into the Averett half. Aaron, as he's been doing all season, applying a lot of pressure, making life difficult for his opponent. Forcing Washington Lee to go back into their own half. They're looking to find some space as they switch the point of attack from right to left. Now they're on the left wing. They're attacking left wing. A great 1-2 play was intercepted by Gutierrez. He sends it out for a throw-in. It's a throw-in in favor of the Generals inside the Cougar half. It's taken short. Washington Lee remain in control of the ball as they advance closer and closer to the Averett penalty area. It's cleared by Averett into the Generals half, but Generals are quick to regain possession and advance into the Averett half. There seems to be some sort of power play here today. Generals switching the point of attack from right to left, looking to move Averett around. They enter the box. The pass in behind is easily dealt with and picked up by Lopez. He's one of the players to watch here today as he's the 2-time ODAC Defensive Player of the Week this season alone. Delirio sends it short to Leslie. Back to Delirio. Delirio out to Lopez. Lopez under a lot of pressure, clears it. Looking for Gifuni. Too much on the pass, and it trickles out for a throw-in in favor of the Generals inside the Cougar half. Once again on this right-hand side, the referee sending the General player behind or further back. The ball's delivered into the box. A very dangerous opportunity. The Generals weren't able to toe poke the ball into net, but a great turn by Hamscom, but he slips, but a great piece of creativity by Hamscom. He sees the space in behind him, and he sees the General defender is tight on his back. He lets the ball roll in between his legs, and he turns, and he was set to get the best out of his defender, but he slipped, meaning that the Generals were able to win the ball back. Leslie with the first-time clearance. The Generals still have possession. Pintos looking for Hamscom, but they aren't able to connect. The ball bouncing around, neither team able to maintain control of it. Hamscom still has it. He draws a foul, giving Averett some breathing space away from their own goal. An opportunity to push numbers forwards. Averett taking the time they need to transition. After going behind 1-0 so quickly, it's a difficult game to manage, especially against opponent such as Washington Lee, but how the two teams will manage this game will be interesting to see. Gutierrez takes it short to Sierra. Sierra back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez advancing forwards. He finds Gifuni. Gifuni turns. He scans. He sends it all the way to his left wing back, who today is Patrick Leslie. Leslie sends it deep. Looking for Bradley. It finds Bradley. Bradley is deemed offside. Very direct piece of attack by Averett. Looking to get in behind quickly. Looking to bypass the Washington Lee pressure. It was a great pass. It looped over the Washington Lee defender and into the path of Bradley, but sadly Bradley was caught offside. Washington Lee sent it long. It's flicked on, but Alvarez del Rio is able to clear it. No doubt in his clearance as he launches his foot through the ball, meaning the ball had a lot of time in the air. And Averett are able to maintain possession. Gutierrez to Sierra. Sierra under a lot of pressure, assessing his options. Forced to send it back to Lopez. Lopez under heavy pressure. His clearance is intercepted. Washington Lee continued to apply a lot of pressure, forcing a poor clearance by Lopez. The clearance was intercepted, and there was a pass in behind, but the player who got the pass was deemed to be offside, which means that Averett are able to reset. Gutierrez takes it short to Sierra. Back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Lopez. Lopez looking for Leslie. They aren't able to connect. Another throw in on this right-hand side in favor of the Generals. It's taken quick. A crossing opportunity. They're inside the box. It's crossed. The cross is blocked by Gifuni, meaning it's another corner in favor of the Generals on this right-hand side. It will be a left-footed cross on the right-hand side, meaning it will curve inwards towards the goal. The Generals looking to crowd around Lopez. It's taken as deep. They were looking for that second post and then head it back across the goal, looking to move the Averett players, looking to find space, but there was just a little too much on the cross, meaning the ball went out of play. And now it's a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. Lopez assessing the situation, understanding there's so much pressure on him and his back line. So he ushers his team forwards, trying to get some breathing space. He finds Bradley. Bradley isn't able to flick it on. Washington Lee have it in their own half. In their own back line. They switch the point of attack from right to left. A great 1-2, meaning they advance up the pitch. They're entering the Averett box. Averett are able to deal with it. They send it back to Lopez. Lopez out to Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Bradley. Bradley back to Gutierrez. A pass in their own half is intercepted. The Generals win it back. It's toe poked away from Blanks. Blanks into the path of Adon. Adon looking to turn. He's not able to. A slide tackle. It's a clearance. Sierra is able to toe poke it away into the path of Leslie. Leslie back to Sierra. Sierra looking for Leslie. Another throw-in opportunity in favor of the Generals, looking to launch it into the box of the Cougars. They're looking to get into that 6-yard area. Possibly a flick on. The ball bounces around. The Generals still have it right outside the Averett area. Now inside the Averett area. It's a cutback. It's cleared only temporarily, as it's another throw-in on this right-hand side in favor of the Generals. It's taken and it's deep. Pintos looking to clear it. They're not able to. It's to the second post. It's finished. And it's a header. It's a header on that second post, which goes into the opposite corner, meaning that Washington and Lee doubled their advantage here in Danville, Virginia. Washington and Lee did such a good job of keeping the attack alive, showing their relentless in attack. And even though Averett are so determined defensively, the relentlessness was too much for Averett, meaning that it's Washington and Lee 2, Averett 0, with 30 minutes and 16 seconds left of the first half in this game. Averett looking to get out of their own half, but they're struggling. Pintos to Adon. Adon under a lot of pressure. Sends it back to Gutierrez. The clearance is intercepted. Leslie trying to get something onto it, but he's not able to. Washington Lee have it, and the edge closer to the Averett penalty area. A crossing position. It's sent in. It's on the second post, and it's another goal. Washington Lee score a third in quick succession. meaning that it's a huge hill for Averett to climb in this game. There's still a lot of soccer to be played, but the sheer advantage that, the sheer quality that Washington Lee have shown today, their potency, their proficiency, how prolific they've been. They haven't given Averett anything, and they've shown no mercy. And with 29 minutes and 29 seconds left of the first half, it's Washington and Lee 3, Averett 0. These two teams met in the playoff of the 2023 season, where Washington and Lee finished first and Averett finished 8th. It's the top 8 teams that go into the playoffs. After the regular season, the top 8 teams enter the tournament. Averett were able to clinch their spot on the final day, as we mentioned earlier. That year, they needed 13 points to clinch the 8th place in the ODAC tournament. Whilst last year, 11 points was enough. That spot was clinched by EMU, so it certainly fluctuates in terms of number of points, but it never fluctuates in terms of quality, and it seems to be men versus boys here on this pitch as Averett are forced to commit a foul inside their own half to prevent a Washington and Lee attack. Another set-piece opportunity in favor of the Generals, looking to launch the ball into the Averett box. All-time statistically, Averett have 4 wins, 1 draw, and 8 losses. Last year, the Sieta double secured that draw. A dangerous delivery into the Averett box. But Averett were somehow able to deal with it, meaning that it's still 3-0. Last Averett win versus Washington Lee was in 2001. That was away from home, whilst the last home win for Averett was in 1988. So they're certainly looking to get back to winning ways against Washington and Lee. A great pass by Delirio finds Bradley on that right-hand side. For those that watched the homecoming game versus Randolph, we'll see how Averett played when they did have possession. Modern-day tactics means that teams usually play 2 different formations with and without the ball. And it was so interesting to see how high the right wing back Hudson Bradley played, especially compared to the left wing back Patrick Leslie, meaning that Averett were able to create overloads and maintain possession inside the attacking third. Averett at times had great sequences in possession in that game, and they were piling numbers forwards and they were playing great soccer. They were playing scintillating soccer at times. And this game is just totally different. It's like a flip has been switched. The set piece is taken quickly. The pass in behind is headed away. Averett still have it. Hamscombe looking to shield it away, but the ball bounces off of him and out. Meaning it's a throw in favor of the Generals. They take it quickly, looking to launch a counterattack, trying to get in behind Gutierrez. Gutierrez looking to get it to Lopez. His pass was a little short, meaning that Lopez has to rush out and clear it. The Generals take it quickly. They maintain possession inside the Averett half. A crossing position on the left-hand side. Averett were only able to clear momentarily as Washington Lee win the ball back, but Averett does a good job of making the pitch smaller, forcing the Generals to switch the point of attack. Now a crossing opportunity on the right-hand side. The pass backwards is intercepted by Hamscombe. Hamscombe has a lot of space, looking to maintain possession. He's under a lot of pressure. He draws the foul. The attacker in me really wanted Hamscombe to fire off a shot from the middle of the pitch. It's very demanding, but the goalkeeper for Washington and Lee could have been caught off guard. He seems to be very offensive in his positioning. That's how the modern day goalkeeper is. A sweeper keeper, as we call it, revolutionized by Manuel Neuer, the German goalkeeper who currently plays for Bayern München. Gutierrez sends it deep. Looking for Pintos. They aren't able to connect, meaning that the ball goes out. And it's a goal kick in favor of the Washington and Lee Generals. These two teams are teams who on paper aren't two different worlds in terms of quality. And that might sound harsh, but that's just to underline how good this Washington and Lee team is. Averett were predicted 10th going into the season, and as things are right now, they are overachieving and they're having a great season. Whilst Washington and Lee might be looking at themselves not fully happy with their positioning on the table, as they're predicted to finish first alongside Lynchburg. But Bridgewater have done a really good season so far. This is the 7th of 10 rounds in the ODAC, meaning that there's still a lot to play for in this business end of the season. But as we mentioned earlier on in the stream, Washington and Lee got all the way to the national semifinals. So this is a team of not great quality only here, relatively in the ODAC, but nationwide. Averett regained possession, sent it all the way back to Lopez. Lopez at first wanted to find it to Delirio, but he sent it back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez sends it long, looking for Hamscom. Averett trying to win that second ball, but they aren't able to, meaning that Washington Lee regain possession. Washington Lee still have it, and now they enter the Averett half. Switching the point of attack from right to left, left to right, looking to move Averett around, looking to find the spaces, which they've been able to do so far today, moving Averett around. Averett win the ball back, up to Hamscom. Hamscom first time flick to Pintos. Blanks does a great job of holding the ball up. He sends it to Bradley. Bradley with a beautiful flick. He gets past one. He gets past two. He sends it in behind, looking for Hamscom. They aren't able to connect, but Averett showing nice sequences at times. But we talked about how different these two teams are in terms of quality, but you can also see the resources to work with. Averett have such a small squad, which is why it's so impressive how they're able to be in that top 8 as of right now. They have a much smaller squad than they've had in previous years. But sometimes a smaller squad can be good for team unity, team morale, but also for minutes played. That means that such a huge number, such a high percentile of the squad will be getting minutes. But not only minutes, but also minutes that they're content with, happy with, which is important to have everyone on the same page. Washington Lee enter the Averett box. Delirio with a slide tackle. At first, the referee deemed it was a goal kick in favor of the Cougars, but he looks over at his linesman, and his linesman says that it hit an Averett player last, meaning that it's out for another corner on this right-hand side in favor of the Generals. Once again, a left-footed cross, meaning that the ball will curve inwards. And once again, the Generals looking to pile on right outside the goal. It's taken and it's boxed out by Lopez. It finds Aron. Aron finds Gifuni, but the ball is taken away from him. Generals have a great turn on that right-hand side. A crossing opportunity. The cutback. The finish. It's blocked by Sierra. The ball's inside the box. The Generals have it. Headed out by Leslie. Leslie finds Gifuni. Gifuni looking for Hamscom. A great turn. There's a challenge there, but no foul according to the referee, meaning that Washington Lee win the ball back. They have it just outside the Averett half. Now just inside the Averett half. Switching the point of attack from right to left. Averett looking scattered over the pitch. Not really in the formation that we've grown accustomed to. Averett being so disciplined and staying in. Defensively at least. An attempted flick is unsuccessful. And there's a duel, there's a challenge on that Washington Lee attacking right-hand side, meaning that there is a free kick in favor of the Cougars. Delirio takes a short. He sends it to Gifuni. Gifuni back to Delirio. Delirio up to Sierra. Daniel Sierra. Back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez. Up to Gifuni. Gifuni sends it long. Hamscom was looking to pounce on that long pass, but he puts a couple hands on the back or the shoulders of his defender, meaning that it's a free kick in favor of the Generals, and the Generals take it quickly. Now they're in a crossing position just outside the box. The winger cuts inside. It's a finish. And it's over. Ricardo Sanchez, the Washington Lee left winger, did a great job of taking the ball down and cutting inside. He found himself a yard of space, finishing, but it goes over and out. The goal kick is taken long. The Generals win it back. Trying to send it out wide. But it's sent out of play, meaning that Averett have a throw-in deep inside the Generals' half. Averett looking to send a couple numbers up. Leslie throws it to Pintos. Pintos to looking for Hamscom, but the ball bounces around and now finds Aaron. Aaron with a heel flick. With the heel flick to Pintos. Pintos to Sierra. Sierra with a long-range shot. You must appreciate the ambition and the optimism in the shot, but it goes out and wide. A couple of substitutions by Washington and Lee. Just confirmation for everyone. Virginia Wesleyan were able to snatch a win against Bridgewater. That game ended 3-2. And that might have a great deal of impact on the Averett season and the Washington and Lee season, and how this ODAC regular season table turns out. And how the ODAC regular season table turns out has a lot to say on how the playoffs will be played. Washington Lee with some intricate passing. They aren't able to maintain possession. Averett clear it momentarily. Washington Lee maintain possession as they've done so well all game. They enter the Averett half. It's a pass in behind. Daniel Sierra is able to read it. And he draws a foul in that battle, in that duel. The referee having a word. Delirio takes it short to Lopez. Lopez back to Delirio. Delirio just about able to maintain possession. Delirio under a lot of pressure does a good job of shielding the ball. The referee having a word with the Washington Lee player. And Averett take it quickly, but they aren't able to catch Washington Lee off guard. Lopez draws the attention, draws the pressure of the Washington Lee attacker, and then he sends it short to Sierra. Sierra out to Leslie. Back to Sierra. Sierra into the space, in behind to Merrick Hamscombe. Hamscombe with a beautiful turn. Applying a lot of pressure. Seems like they were locked in arms like an old married couple. Before you know it, the handbags will be out. But the referee seems to be quick to blow on his whistle and call for fouls, trying to maintain some control in this game as a referee. I mean, you must have that ability. We've seen it before here at the Frank R. Campbell Stadium when things get out of hand and what happens and the kind of challenges and duels and battles you see. The Generals enter the Cougar half, closing in on the Averett box, and they're inside the box, and it's a finish. It's taken. It's a great save. It's a great save by Lopez. Just needed some time to process it, but Washington Lee do a great job of penetrating through the Averett press. They get into the box, and it's a finishing position. One of the best positions that the Generals have had all game, but Lopez closing the angles. He gets down low quickly, and he does a great job of not creating a rebound, keeping the ball in his grasp, meaning that there was no second opportunities in that attack. As I was analyzing that play, Washington Lee constructed another attack, and the attack has led to a corner, this time on the left-hand side. The Generals will be looking to conjure something up. They seem to favor those set pieces and corners that curve inwards, as this time is a right-footed player on the left-hand side. And they'll be looking to crowd the area around Lopez. Is taken. It hits the first post. The man on the first post, shall I say. Washington Lee maintain possession. A crossing position. Hamscombe does a great job tracking back and covering the space behind Leslie and in between Leslie and Delirio, meaning that he's able to see the ball trickle out and help Averett regain possession. Sierra sends it to Leslie. Leslie to Delirio. Delirio, in between two players, is able to maintain possession. The referee calls a foul. Delirio showcasing his frustration, indicating to the referee that he should have just played an advantage. He has the ball, and he has in his stride, and he has space in front of him, but the referee calls it back. Pintos with a pass. Sierra looking to get the pass forwards, but he's intercepted. Washington Lee launch a counterattack. They still have it. It's a great finish, and it's a great goal. A glorious, glorious, glorious strike. Meaning that Washington and Lee are even further away from Averett. Averett lose the ball right outside their own penalty area. They clear it partially, only momentarily. But that Washington and Lee player struck it so sweetly as it curved in and then out and away from Lopez. Meaning that Washington Lee put it once again past Averett. And it's Washington and Lee 4, Averett 0, with 11.5 minutes left of the first half. Averett have it. Pintos sends it to Gutierrez. Gutierrez finds Blanks. Blanks to Hamscombe. Hamscombe looking to conjure something up, pull a rabbit out of the hat, but he's quickly pressured by two players. It just seems like Washington Lee constantly have superior numbers around the ball. It shows a difference in game style as well in this game. Averett have been sending a lot of long, being direct, route one, that kind of approach, whilst Washington and Lee have been so patient in their approach. They've been preferring a lot of shorter passes, looking to attract that Averett pressure. And Averett, credit where credit's due, they have been matching the intensity, applying a lot of pressure, and not giving Washington Lee much time. But Washington and Lee are having a good day today. Averett have the ball. Delirio to Pintos. Pintos picks it up. The ball is taken away from him. Delirio looking to apply pressure. Aaron wins it back. He sends it to Delirio. Delirio looking to get it in behind. The pass is intercepted. Washington Lee looking to launch a counterattack. They enter the Averett half. They get in behind. The finish. The finish scoot off the Washington Lee player's foot, meaning that it trickles out far away from goal. But scintillating soccer by the Generals from back to front. They win the ball back and they analyze the situation, see where the space is, and if there's space in behind, there's no need to waste time. Just get the ball in behind, and they're able to thread it through a needle in that space in between Delirio and Leslie. Washington Lee applying a lot of pressure on Averett. Averett struggling to get out of their own half, get out of their own defensive third, which is why they're sending it so much long. Averett clear it. Looking to get it out of harm's way. Looking to get some breathing space. Bradley heads it into his own path. And then he does once again. The linesman calls for a throw-in in favor of the Generals. They take it quickly. Averett win it back. Great feat by Pintos. A couple first-time passes between Gutierrez, Bradley, and Pintos. The referee having a word with one of the Washington Elite players and running him down in the book. This might be an opportunity for Averett to get some breathing space. Averett have it. Washington Lee regain possession. Lopez forced to clear it. He was far away from his own goal. He was outside his own box. But he struck that clearance beautifully, forcing Washington Lee to turn and sprint backwards, which means that Averett are now able to push numbers up. It's a throw-in opportunity in favor of the Cougars deep inside the Generals' half. Hudson Bradley is the man set to take. He throws it. He finds Blanks. With the ball bouncing around. Blanks sends it out wide to Bradley. Bradley with the cross, but it's called back for a handball, which means that Averett have a set-piece opportunity close to the right corner. Fernando Pintos set to take it. Similar to what Washington Lee do, a left-footed delivery on the right-hand side. It's taken and it's deep. It bounces around. Delirio heads it, finds Blanks. Blanks is able to not only head it, but head it on target, but not just not enough power on it, meaning that the goalkeeper is able to deal with it. Washington Lee won the ball high up the Averett half, but the pass in behind was deemed offside, meaning that Averett regained possession. The ball goes back to Lopez, and it finds Leslie. Leslie has it. Leslie under a lot of pressure. He draws the foul. Del Rio analyzing his options. He sends it long. His pass intercepted, but it's cleared. Out for a throw in favor of the Cougars. The throw is taken by Leslie. It's flicked on by Aaron. It's still in the air. Averett looking to apply pressure. The pressure leads to a foul committed by Aaron on Caden Zion. The Averett women's soccer team are also playing. They're playing away to Sweetbriar. And that first half is done. But after 10 minutes, Isabella Kelly was able to score off Delaney Haymore assist, meaning that it's 1-0 in favor of Averett away to Sweetbriar going into the second half. There's been a lot of shots in that game. Averett have 16 and Sweetbriar have 12. So it's definitely even. And it's definitely free-flowing attacking soccer. Washington Lee looking to penetrate the middle third, but the pass is intercepted by Gifuni. It bounces to Blanks, sends it back to Leslie. Leslie looking to launch the ball in behind. He's not able to connect with anyone, but Averett have the opportunity to send numbers up, apply some more pressure on that Washington Lee defensive line. Washington Lee enter the Averett half. The pass in behind. It's a finish, and it's just wide. Washington and Lee with a more direct approach in this attack than they've shown previously in this game, but a pass in behind finds a space in between right wing back Hudson Bradley and right center back Mario Gutierrez. And it's a great touch to get it down, out of the air, onto the ground, and the left-footed finish trickles wide. It beats the goalkeeper, but beats the goal too. Washington Lee win the ball back. They're looking to get in behind. The cross in, the header. It's a good cross, but it was just not fully connected according with the runner, which means that Averett were able to clear it, but only momentarily. Another cross. This time it's blocked and sent out for a corner in favor of the Generals on their attacking left-hand side. There'll be 4 games in the ODAC kicking off at 7 p.m. This Washington and Lee Averett University game was the only one that kicked off at 6. It's taken deep, and it's headed. And it's a greatly executed set piece. It's curved inwards. It was high, and it had a lot of air time. But there was a man all alone inside the box who was able to use the momentum of the delivery and head it into the bottom corner, furthering the Washington and Lee advantage in their favor. Meaning that with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left of the first half, it's Washington and Lee 5, Averett 0. Averett were quick to launch it up towards the Washington Lee goal after kickoff. And they have it inside the Washington Lee half. Pintos finds Sierra. All the Averett players are inside the Washington Lee half. Sierra to Delirio. Delirio out to Leslie. Sorry, it's still Gutierrez who's inside his own half. The pass in behind is dangerous. The touch is just a little too far, meaning that Lopez is able to deal with it, but Averett were almost caught off guard. Averett are leaving more spaces. They're starting to send more numbers up, meaning that Washington and Lee have more opportunities to counterattack, more space to run into, more spaces to launch the ball to, and more places to run, more places to catch Averett off guard. And even though it's important that Averett shows some attacking intent, it's important to find that balance too, how to minimize threats even though you are almost throwing the kitchen sink at it. Leslie heads it with his head, clears it with his head, but the pass intercepted. Washington Lee inside the Averett box. They cut it back, but it's intercepted by Delirio. I mean, it's another corner on this right-hand side in favor of the Generals. It's sent in. It's flicked on. It's cleared by Aron. Washington Lee still have it right outside the box. A crossing opportunity is delivered. It's blocked by Sierra. It's cleared by Leslie. This time, a throw-in is taken quickly. Washington Lee still have it. Aron shielding the ball under a lot of pressure. Looking to pull off some body feints. Looking to get his opponent out of his way, but he's not able to pull it off. Averett win the ball back. And with that, the referee blows for halftime. The first 45 minutes of these 90 minutes have been played. Averett, they don't have a hill to climb. They have a mountain to climb. As they go into the second half with a 5-goal deficit. Averett 0, Washington and Lee 5. We'll be back soon here at the Averett Sports Network. Hello and welcome back to the Averett Sports Network here on Flow College. The teams are finalizing their preparations for the second half. The sun is in its final form of setting. And in this beautiful scenery, sadly the soccer hasn't been as beautiful on Averett's part, as they are suffering a 5-goal deficit going into the second half. Credit where credit's due. Washington and Lee have been great today. They've shown proficiency, they've been prolific, they've been relentless, they've been ruthless. Whilst Averett, despite their determination, despite their willingness, despite their work rate, despite all these positive attributes that they have showcased, they haven't been able to capitalize on any of them, and they haven't shown much attacking intent. But before we break down the first half, we can talk about the 7 p.m. kickoffs. There is nothing. I mean, the games have kicked off, but there's nothing to mention. In all but one game, Randolph have raced to a 1-0 lead against Guilford. Corey Williams was the man who put the ball into the back of the net, meaning that Randolph are really solidifying their hopes, their dreams, and also their chances of reaching the playoffs, something that Averett will be looking to do down the line in this regular season as well, but their backs are against the wall. This is their last home regular season game, and it's going far from ideal in the first half, whilst their two next games, Averett that is, are away. Those will be the final 2 games of the ODAC regular season. They'll meet Shenandoah University away from home October 25th, this upcoming Saturday. And then in 7 days' time, they will be traveling to Harrisonburg, Virginia, where they will play away at EMU. When the last time those two teams faced one another was that famous homecoming game in 2024, where all the goals came in the second half, and the game ended 2-2, with Averett clinching a draw at the end through a Danish dynamite by Ulrich Kosholt. So we're hoping to see some more magic here today as the two teams go into their huddles. They're preparing for their second half performances. I mean, it's kind of like we mentioned earlier, Washington and Lee, who have such a great squad, have so much quality and so much depth. They were ruthless and relentless in their display in the first half, whilst Averett are looking to reset. We just saw a Generals team who made life so difficult for the Cougars. The Cougars weren't able to advance up the pitch. They weren't given the time. They weren't given the space. All the passing lanes were cut off, meaning that Washington Lee so often won the ball high up the pitch, and they had a number of set pieces, and they did such a good job of, once they won the ball back, assessing the situation, going backwards, going forwards, switching the point of attack, and being patient in their approach, meaning that they were able to surgically and in a calculating manner find the holes in the Averett defense. Gavin Blanks set to kick off this second half, and we're off. Gavin Blanks sends it back to center back Daniel Sierra. Sierra out to Alvarez Del Rio. Del Rio looking for Ignacio Aron. His pass is intercepted. Washington Lee launch a counterattack quickly. The pass in behind is intercepted, and Averett draw the foul just outside their own penalty area. Del Rio assessing his options. He sends it to Lopez. Lopez sending it high and wide, looking for Bradley. The pass is intercepted. Gutierrez squaring up with his opponent. Washington Lee have it inside the Averett area, but it trickles out, and it's a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. Lopez showing some urgency. He sends it quickly to Bradley. Bradley Sends it backwards to Gutierrez. Gutierrez with a great turn. Another foul committed by the Washington Lee attackers. Gutierrez opting for the quick free kick, finding Pintos. Back to Gutierrez, out to Sierra. Sierra sending it long to Del Rio, but finds Aaron. Aaron looking to flick it into the path of Del Rio, but his pass is intercepted. Washington Lee have it on the right-hand side. The cross is deep. And it just about goes past Gutierrez, but also past the Washington Lee left winger, meaning that it goes out for another goal kick. Averett showing a lot of intensity, a lot of urgency, a lot of purpose so far. You can see it in the way they transition, but too much urgency leads to a situation like this where they rush things, but the shot, a dangerous one, a dangerous situation, was dealt with by Lopez. He got down quickly, was able to close his angles, and he didn't create any rebounds. But Washington Lee win the ball back just outside the box. It's a finish. And Lopez tested once again. That's 2 times in quick succession that Washington Lee win the ball back inside the Averett half. Lopez, this time he sends it long. Bradley looking to flick it on, but he's not able to connect. Hamscom looking to throw it in behind, but he leaves it be for Bradley. Bradley throwing it deep. It's headed away. He heads it back, looking for Blanks. Blanks looking to flick it on to Aaron. Leslie intercepts, but it bounces around. Alvarez intercepts. He keeps it, finding Aaron. Aaron looking to turn. The ball is taken away from him. Another interception by Del Rio. Finds Leslie. Leslie back to Del Rio. Del Rio to Aaron. Aaron looking to flick it to Blanks. The referee gives out a card to Aaron, I believe. I wasn't able to catch exactly what happened, but it leads to a free kick just inside the Averett half, all the way over on the right-hand side, in between the 2 benches. Washington Lee take it short, switching the point of attack. A couple of short passes attracting the Averett pressure. Washington Lee still have it. It's a crossing opportunity. Bradley applying pressure. Washington Lee still have it. Pass is intercepted by Gifuni, but into the path of Washington and Lee, and it's a great flick into the box, but it's cleared out. A right-footed delivery on the left-hand side. It's taken and it's deep. It's punched out by Lopez. It's headed. Bradley safely sees it out. We have another update as Randolph-Macon have raced to a 1-0 lead against Shenandoah. Kevin Sprints is the man that gave Randolph-Macon the lead. That was their first and so far only shot of the game, compared to Shenandoah's 4. Shenandoah in need of a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. The throw-in is taken backwards to Gutierrez. Gutierrez sends it back to Lopez. Lopez assessing his options. Sends it to Sierra. Sierra, first time into the path of Del Rio. Del Rio under a lot of pressure, able to get past his opponent. He maintains possession of the ball. He flicks it to Gifuni. Gifuni, the ball is taken away from him. A couple flicks there helps Averett maintain possession. Hanscom does a good job of stepping on the ball and then with a sole drag able to get it into the path of his teammate, but Averett weren't able to maintain possession. Washington Lee get the ball back. The cutback is intercepted by Daniel Sierra. Into the path of Blanks. Blanks to Aaron. Aaron to Leslie. Leslie with a great turn. Sends it back to Del Rio. Del Rio to Aaron. Aaron flicks it to Blanks. Blanks able to get past one, but not a second. Neither team able to maintain control of possession. Gifuni gets it to Pintos. Pintos up to Aaron. Aaron looking to send it out to Bradley. His pass is intercepted. A long ball over to the right-hand side is good. A crossing opportunity. Gutierrez jumps, so it goes over him. Bradley was sure that Gutierrez hadn't touched it, meaning that he let it go out, but according to the referee, it hit an Averett player last, meaning that it's another throw-in opportunity for the Generals. Once again, looking to launch the ball into the box. It's deep. It's cleared out by Gifuni, but only as far as Washington and Lee's rebound player. Now on the right-hand side, crossing opportunity. It's headed out by Sierra. The Averett women's team has gone up 2-0. It's a brace by Isabella Kelly, which sees them double their advantage. The corner is taken deep. It's still in the box. No team able to clear it. Gutierrez sends it long. It bounces to Bradley. Bradley looking for Aaron. Generals win it back. A great dribble on the left-hand side. It's a cross into the second post. Leslie able to get a foot in. He regains possession. Under a lot of pressure, he's forced to clear it and send it out. I mean, it's another throw-in in favor of the Generals. The throw is taken and it's cleared by Gifuni. Hanscom looking to run onto it. The Generals still have it. It's intercepted by Leslie. Now on the right-hand side, the Generals in a crossing position. A great piece of attacking play. Trey Pedersen got past his opponent using a bridge dribble, sending it and passing it to himself on one side and running around on the other. And then he was able to cross it, but Lopez was able to deal with it. A great pass, meaning that Aaron is able to take it down. He kept in his stride and was looking to get Hanscom in behind, but the pass was just a little short. The clearance was short too as it found Pintos. Pintos not able to connect with anyone, but the ball is sent out for a throw-in deep inside the Generals' half in favor of the Cougars. Bradley set to take. Throws it into the chest of Blanks. Blanks looking to send it to Hanscom. The pass just had a little too much on it, meaning it was a throw-in in favor of the Generals. But Averett doing a good job of applying pressure, making life difficult for the Generals. They've shown a lot more purpose and urgency and intensity in their play in this second half, but with possession, they've still struggled. It's great to have urgency and intensity, and purpose, but sometimes those things can become too much, and you need maturity in your game. You need calmness and composure. And even though it's difficult to maintain calm and composed when you're 5-0 behind, there's a time and place for everything, and there's always time and place for urgency and purpose, but it seems to be too much at times for Averett, and you could see that when they were trying to build out from the back, just that Washington elite pressure, that even though Averett was showing urgency and purpose and intensity in their passes, they were misplaced, meaning that Washington Lee were able to regain possession. As they've just done now, Washington Lee regained possession, but so does Averett. Averett making life difficult for the Generals. It seems to be Averett who have some possession in these short sequences. Neither team are really able to establish themselves as a dominant force in the second half. Washington Lee had their moments, but Averett have had a couple of moments too. Averett regained possession after Daniel Sierra does the recovery run and sends it to Delirio. Delirio back to Lopez. Pintos asking for the ball, but Lopez opts to send it long. He finds Aron. Aron with a great flick on into the path of Hamskom. The Generals able to shield it out, taking a throw in quickly, looking to catch Averett off guard. They switch the point of attack from right to left. Bradley applying pressure, forcing the fullback to send it backwards, and once again forcing the Generals to switch the point of attack. They seem to like to do that a lot, looking to move the Averett players around, especially those central ones, as from the wide positions they like to send it in and then bounce it out again. The Generals like to find the feet of a fullback and then a midfielder and then back to a fullback or another wide player and then get some crosses in. They've been relentless in their attacking, but you can see the relentlessness comes in that eagerness to get out wide and deliver the ball into the box. Gutierrez does a great job of squaring up with his opponent and poking the ball away from him and into the feet of Pintos. Pintos to Sierra. Sierra to Lopez. Lopez clears it. Aron gets something on it, but Averett not able to maintain possession. Just under 32 minutes left of this second half. The Generals have it, and they're looking to get in behind. The Generals still have it just outside the Averett box. Now in a crossing position. They cut inside. A couple short passes, helping Washington Lee maintain possession. It's cleared. Sent in. Now on the right-hand side, a crossing position. Leslie gets a foot in. So does Hamskom. Now Leslie has it. Leslie looking to find someone in behind, looking to get the ball out of harm's way, looking to keep the Generals at bay. And he's able to do so momentarily. Bradley intercepts and chests the ball down. The Generals weren't able to execute the counterattack. It was intercepted by Leslie. Sends it to Gifuni. Gifuni to Blanks. To Gutierrez. Gutierrez sends it deep. He finds Bradley. Bradley looking to flick it into the path of Pintos, but they aren't able to connect. Gutierrez's headed clearance is intercepted. A crossing position on the left-hand side for the Generals. It's sent in. It's headed out by Gifuni. The Generals still have it right outside the Averett area. Back onto the left-hand side is a cross. It's sent deep. It's headed out by Del Rio. A great touch by Aron. Aron to Gifuni. Gifuni to Blanks. Blanks back to Del Rio. Nice little sequence by Averett. Del Rio plays a 1-2 with Leslie. All the way back to Lopez. Lopez under a lot of pressure. Sends it deep. It's intercepted. Washington Lee regained the ball high up the Averett half. The lob in behind is intercepted by Gifuni, but the Generals still have possession. Hamscom with a great sliding tackle, symbolizing this determination that the Averett defense has. That determination has gone up against a ruthlessness and the relentlessness of the Generals, but for the neutral, despite the scoreline, it's great to see two teams going at each other at this intensity, at this level. Two teams who set up so different from one another tactically. Averett with their disciplined defense, who's kept so many clean sheets this year, whilst that Washington and Lee attack, which is, as we've described them, ruthless and relentless, coming up against a defense so disciplined and so determined. A throw-in opportunity as the two teams find their formation. A couple of substitutions for Averett at least, as Breen and Kushindi comes in. The throw-in is intercepted. Bradley looking to maintain possession, but he's not able to. Forced to clear it once again. The throw-in is taken. It's flicked on. It's cleared on the second post by Leslie. Gifuni sends it out into Aron. Aron looking to maintain possession. The ball's taken away from him. Washington and Lee, once again, as we've been grown accustomed to, switching the point of attack. Looking to move Averett around. Looking to find crossing positions. Averett showing a lot of grit, a lot of hard work, as they are always able to somehow get it away, at least in the second half, but they just aren't able to conjure something or orchestrate something offensively themselves. They've had their moments when they've been able to get past the Washington and Lee first and second line of pressure, but that third line of pressure, that Washington Lee defensive line, it just becomes too much for Averett, and they aren't able to penetrate all the way through. Washington Lee with another throw in, even deeper this time into the Averett half. Kuig with the throw in. It's flicked on. It's flicked on beautifully. It's cleared. It's back into the box. And it's in. Just took some time to process that, but Washington and Lee kept the attack alive. They sent the ball back in, and it looped over the Averett defense, over the Averett goalkeeper, meaning that they furthered their advantage. And Averett have an even higher mountain to climb if they want to get something out of this. This loss is a big dent to their playoff hopes, especially after they lost their last home game too against Randolph. Averett looking to get the ball up, looking to advance quickly, but the ball is taken away from them. It's 25 and a half minutes left of this game, and Washington and Lee have 6 goals to the good away from home. Averett send it deep. A great touch by Breen. He's not able to turn. Washington Lee remain in control of the possession. Earlier we mentioned how neither team was able to assert themselves as the dominant force in the second half, but it seems like Washington and Lee have been able to in the second half. Even more so after this goal, but leading up to the goal as well, with all their set piece opportunities and with all the high pressure they were applying. The cross is headed away by Gutierrez. Washington Lee with the finish. It's a dangerous finish, but it finds that space in between the field goal and the crossbar, which means it goes out and it's a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. Taken deep, looking for Breen. Pintos applying a lot of pressure, but he commits the foul. Sanchez and Kaba are on the set piece. Kaba takes, it's low. Gifuni was alert and was able to get something onto it. Lopez was alert too, and he was there to see it go wide, but not a lot wide. It was dangerous. Sanchez set to take the right-footed delivery on the left-hand side. Washington Lee crowding that space around Lopez. It's taken, it's deep, and it bounces and it hits the woodwork, but in a flash, it finds the hands of Lopez, and he takes it quickly. Who finds Pintos? Pintos to Del Rio. Del Rio with a Zidane-esque move. He finds Gifuni. Gifuni looking to get Bradley in behind, but the pass is short and it's intercepted. Sanchez with the pass in behind. In front of the defensive line. And it connects, but Del Rio was already there, ready to apply pressure, meaning that there was no space to go into once the ball was received. The free kick is taken long. Aaron heads it to Kushindi. Kushindi back to Aaron. Aaron to Gifuni. Gifuni to Pintos. Pintos to Bradley. A nice little sequence moving Washington and Lee around. Averett able to maintain possession. They have a throw in their favor deep inside the Generals' half. Throw in taken by Bradley, finds Kushindi. Kushindi looking for Breen. Breen able to chest it down. Back to Kushindi. Washington Lee able to clear it, and they launch a counterattack. They get in behind. They get past the space. Leslie able to get a foot in. A slide tackle, beautifully executed. An intense battle on that right attacking side by Washington and Lee, but Averett able to draw a foul. After that challenge, Del Rio showing some discomfort, limping. Averett able to maintain possession after the free kick. Sierra trying to get the ball in behind. Averett applying a lot of pressure on the Washington and Lee players. So that pressure is forcing mistakes as Averett regained possession as they have the chance to throw the ball back into play. Del Rio substituted out in favor of Hanscom. Bradley sends it to Breen, to Aaron, to Pintos. Pintos chests it down, assessing his options. He finds Aaron. Aaron does a good job of shielding the ball, maintaining possession. He finds Gutierrez. Gutierrez takes space. The ball is taken away from him. The pass was dangerous, but as Sierra was falling, he was able to intercept it into the path of Leslie. Leslie gets it to Hanscom. The ball is taken away from him. It's a throw and it's taken quickly. The ball finds a central area and is sent into the box. A short pass into the box, but Leslie draws the foul. The free kick is taken deep. Isn't able to find anyone. Bradley intercepts. Sends to Aaron. Aaron to Gifuni. Gifuni back to Bradley. Bradley first time pass back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez takes a touch. Finds Gifuni. Gifuni first time pass to Sierra. Sierra with time and space finds Pintos. Pintos has a lot of space. He can run into the General's half, and he does. He finds Aaron. Aaron with a lot of space. Aaron sends it out, and he finds Bradley. Bradley in a crossing position. Bradley showcasing his frustration, but a great sequence by Averett. They draw that General's pressure, and the Cougars were able to find a lot of space in between the Washington Elite offensive and midfield line. Able to move those joints around and find Pintos, and then Aaron in a lot of space. Kushindi does a good job of seeing that the pass isn't for him, even though it goes in his direction. He leaves it for Bradley. Bradley was under some pressure, making it more difficult to execute the cross, but the ball skews off his foot. I mean that the goalkeeper is able to see it go wide. But a great sequence by Averett. Whilst I analyze that play, Washington Lee launched a attack of their own, but it didn't lead to anything. Randolph has doubled their advantage in the first half, meaning that it's 2-0. Marcus Cortez is the man that provided the second goal in that game. Hampton Sydney and EMU is still 0-0. A favorable result for the Cougars. A draw all around would mean that this blow wouldn't be as much or as devastating as it possibly could be, depending on the results around them. Shenandoah continue to apply the pressure on Randolph-Macon. They have 7 shots compared to Randolph-Macon's 1. That 1 shot is what has given them the advantage in their game versus Shenandoah. Gutierrez clears it. Kushindi runs to it. It's headed. Breen applying pressure. He wins the ball. Kushindi has it. Now Breen has it. Breen sends it to Aaron. Aaron, under a lot of pressure, isn't able to maintain possession of the ball. A crossing opportunity. It's cleared by Sierra. A handful of substitutions for Washington and Lee. As they are showing their depth in abundance. Another throw-in for the Generals. They take it deep in the box. They're looking to control it, but it trickles out. Lopez looking for options, and he sends it long. Finding Breen. Breen not able to maintain possession, but it bounces around and finds Pintos. Pintos under a lot of pressure. He loses the ball, but he does a good job of trying to regain it. But as he tries to regain it, it deflects off of him and out, resulting in a corner once again in favor of the Generals. A right-footed delivery. As we've seen, they like to crowd the area around Lopez. It's taken deep. It's headed away by Gutierrez. In the game between Lynchburg and Roanoke, William Casey has given Lynchburg the advantage in that game. The throw is taken as deep. It's flicked on. It's caught by Lopez. Lopez rushing out, looking for someone to throw to. He finds Bradley. Bradley does such a good job of making himself available at all times, especially down the line. Averett maintain possession. Breen, a great job of doing so. He finds Bradley. Bradley to Aaron. Aaron to Pintos. The ball is taken away from Pintos. A sliding tackle by Leslie inside the box is successful, and it's out for a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. 13.5 minutes left on the clock. It would take something special for Averett to get something out of this game. But despite their first half deficit, they've shown a lot of urgency and purpose, work rate, willingness to still go and deliver a performance in the second half. They've taken the negatives from the first half and worked on them. They haven't given Washington Lee as much space. They've made life more difficult for the Generals. And the Generals have made life difficult for Averett too, but in other ways. They apply pressure and they defend in different ways, these two teams, which is why it's fun to watch for the neutrals. But for Averett, it has been a difficult match. Even though they've conceded 6, it's more so offensively because they haven't been able to defend with the ball. They haven't been able to, create sequences like they want to and how they're used to how they're used to doing themselves. Averett have struggled to get numbers up and get that breathing space away from their own goal. So despite their discipline and determination defensively, their struggle to create something offensively is ultimately one of the things that have cost them in this game. Washington Lee win the ball back. Leslie with a great challenge, able to win the ball back. He looked to clear the ball and deflect it onto his opponent, but the ball goes out for a corner kick in favor of the Generals. It's taken and it's deep and it's finished and it's cleared off the line by Bradley. A great clearance. Pintos looking to apply pressure. A crossing opportunity on the right-hand side for the Generals. Averett win it back. Aaron to Pintos. Pintos does a great job of turning and looking to send the ball into the path of Hanscom. A little too much on the pass, and the pass backwards was lashed onto by Kushindi, but his pressure wasn't enough. The Washington Lee goalkeeper keeps the ball in play. Gifuni wins the ball back for his team. Kushindi looking to send it in behind to Hamscom. Hamscom applying pressure, forcing Washington Lee send it out for a throw-in. That was the last contribution we'll see by Kushindi as of right now, as he is subbed out in favor of Blanks. The throw-in by Leslie finds Breen. Leslie looking to cross it. His cross is picked up by Will Joseph. The long pass does connect, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Aaron. Leslie under a lot of pressure. The ball is taken away from him, but Averett regained possession. Hamscom looking to evade pressure, draws a foul. Gutierrez places the ball down. He takes it short to Sierra. Sierra back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez down to Lopez. Lopez sends it deep. Picked up by Leslie. Leslie evades pressure, but it's called back for offside. Washington Lee take it quickly, sending it in behind. Pressure by Sierra. Sent into central area now. The pass in behind. The through ball is picked up by Lopez. Lopez quick to run out to the edge of his box, looking for options, looking to launch a counterattack, but as he assesses the situation, he calms the play down, then he sends it long into the feet of Breen. Breen with a great touchdown into the path of Blanks. Blanks into the path of Bradley. Bradley with a lot of time and space, with a cross, looking for Breen. It's intercepted, but it's picked up by Gifuni. Gifuni to Blanks. Blanks with an intricate pass in behind, looking for Breen, but they weren't on the same page. But another positive sequence by Averett. The Generals sending it long. They're inside the box. They're called for offside. An update on the Hampton-Sydney versus EMU game. Hamidullah Toki has given EMU the advantage, meaning that it's EMU 1, Hampton-Sydney 0. Not the ideal result for Averett, with the other teams around them winning and them themselves losing. The pass in behind is picked up by Aaron. Aaron still has it. Aaron evades pressure, finding Hamscom. A great pass in behind. Aaron did a great job of keeping it alive too, meaning that there's a throw-in opportunity here for Averett. Leslie sending it deep. It's headed away. It finds Pintos. Pintos sends it out to Hamscom. Hamscom looking to get past his opponent. Picked up by Pintos. Pintos back to Leslie. Leslie evades pressure. He finds Hamscom. It's called back for a foul on Leslie, meaning that there's a dangerous set-piece opportunity in favor of the Cougars on the left-hand side, a crossing position. Pintos, the only man that's on it. He takes it. It's dangerous. It's out for a corner this time. Kifuni rushes in as he's set to take it. An in-swing corner, a right-footed player on the left-hand side, which will create a different kind of angle, a different kind of ball, a different kind of curve than the one we just saw from Pintos. Washington and Lee taking no chances as they're looking to keep their clean sheet, having all their own players inside the box. Kifuni takes it, and it's deep. It's dangerous. It finds Gutierrez. Gutierrez takes a touch. Takes a finish. It's ambitious. It's optimistic. But it's safely caught by the Washington Lee goalkeeper. It's sent in behind. It's end-to-end soccer here as Washington Lee right outside the box. It's a finish, and it's a great one. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful goal. It started with Averett piling on the pressure with a great couple sequences. But at the blink of an eye, Washington Lee get up after a long pass from the goalkeeper, capitalizing on the spaces that Averett leave behind. They find the ball in the central area right outside the box, and as the Washington Lee player was offered a lot of time, a lot of space, he was able to calculate and finish with his left foot to the top left-hand corner past Lopez, meaning that it's a 7th for the Washington Lee with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left on the clock. Gavin Blanks kicks us off. He sends it to Pintos. Pintos in behind to Aaron, but it's picked up by Blanks. Blanks finds Hamscom. Hamscom looking to get past his opponent. Averett applying a lot of pressure. Looking to end this game on a positive note. Gifuni finds Aaron. Aaron back to Pintos. Pintos to Blanks. Blanks first time pass to Gifuni. Gifuni first time pass out to Bradley. Bradley takes a touch to Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Bradley. Bradley looking to get past his opponent. It's intercepted, but sent out for a throw-in. Throw-in taken quickly. Blanks does a great job of evading pressure, getting it past. But he's not able to get something on it before it goes out for a goal kick. Two years ago, Averett faced Washington and Lee twice, once at home in the regular season. That game ended 3-0 in favor of the Generals. And a second time in the first round of the playoffs. And that time it was away from home. But that game, Washington Lee won 6-0. Washington Lee get inside the box. A sliding tackle by Gifuni. Clears it out temporarily. Washington Lee still have it. Inside the box. It's a finish. It's the post. It's a trickling shot that hits the post. Or takes a slight jab at the post just because it trickled so slowly. And then it rolls out. No one able to capitalize on the rebound. It's cleared out momentarily as Averett commits a foul out around the 30-yard line inside their own half, meaning it's a new set-piece opportunity in favor of the Generals inside the Cougar half. The Averett women's soccer team win 2-0 after a brace by Isabella Kelly, the first one assisted by Delaney Haymore, and the second one by Gianna Minifo. It's taken. It's dangerous. That set piece was taken with a lot of power, a lot of conviction. And Lopez trying to catch it, parries it. But he's quick to get back onto it, meaning that the rebound doesn't lead to anything. Then they launch a counterattack themselves. And then that's intercepted. And then the second counterattack by Washington and Lee is intercepted too. And now it's a goal kick in favor of the Cougars. Leslie has it. Looking for Breen. Leslie falls on the ground and draws a foul. The linesman and the referee on the pitch have a conversation, just exchanging a few words. But the referee gets the game moving again. Leslie sends it deep. A little too deep. He's aiming for that no-man land in between the defensive line and the goalkeeper, but it's just a little too deep, meaning that it finds the hands of the goalkeeper and he's able to gratefully grasp him. Washington Lee on a counterattack. In a crossing position. The pass across the box was picked up by Lopez. Lopez quickly finds Pintos. Pintos does a great job of evading pressure. He was looking for Hamscombe, but it finds Leslie. Leslie under a lot of pressure, looking to shield the ball. He clears it off the Washington Lee attacker, and it goes out. Ten seconds left on the clock. Lopez sends it deep. Looking for Aaron. And that's that here in Danville, Virginia, at the Frank R. Campbell Stadium here on Daly Field. Washington and Lee assert their dominance not only against Averett, but send a statement to all of ODAC as they beat Averett on Averett's field 7-0. We just saw an attacking clinic, especially in that first half, by Washington Lee. Averett really did pick it up in the second half. They showed a lot more intensity, a lot more purpose, a lot more urgency, but it wasn't enough, sadly, and this is a big blow to Averett's playoff hopes and dreams and chances. A result here would do them the world of good. But Washington Lee themselves as well, looking to win that first place seed. They've done themselves the world of good after Bridgewater lost 3-2 to Virginia Wesleyan. Before we call it a night here, Lynchburg are 1-0 up against Roanoke. EMU are 1-0 up against Hampton Sydney. Randolph College is 2-0 up against Guilford. And Randolph-Macon are still 1-0 up against Shenandoah. So the results are not as ideal as Averett would like as of right now, but things can change. Maybe this won't deal as much as a blow as it seems to as of right now for Averett, but we'll see. There's still 2 more games after this one. They have EMU and Shenandoah away. So this was the last home game of the regular season. But to see how this ODAC season unfolds, you'll have to follow us on Flow College. To everyone watching, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I had a great time talking with you all. Good night from everyone here at the Averett Sports Network on Flow College.